Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of The Valcourt Heiress by Coulter, performed by Anne Flosnick. To Tom Potwin, who has been my webmaster since almost before the web was born, many thanks to you and Diane. C.C. 1. Valcourt Castle, May 1278. She knew she had to do something. If she did nothing, her mother would force her to wed Jason of Brennan. Her mother, Abbess Helen of Miserling Abbey, had swooped in before nightfall, surrounded by her own contingent of soldiers, imperious and arrogant, recent widow of the Earl of Valcourt, and taken charge. Men stared at her beautiful face, at her white skin and golden hair untouched by grey, heard her velvety voice carried to every corner in the great hall, and quickly obeyed every command that flowed from her lovely mouth. As for her grief-stricken daughter, Helen informed her that she would wed in 2 days. She stared at the woman who was her mother, a woman she didn't know, but knew what she was, a witch with unimagined powers, people said. They spoke of her behind their hands, their voices low, their fear pulsing in the air. She'd never seen her mother do anything magic the 3 times she'd been in her presence. But the stories. The neighbour's wife choking to death because Lady Helen had wanted to buy her mare and had been refused. The plague striking down a village where Lady Helen had been insulted by the local monk. And now her own father lying dead. No reason for it that their healer could see, hale and hearty but 2 days before. Now he lay stretched out on his bed, his hands folded over his chest, dressed in his finest tunic and hose, his beautiful sword strapped to his waist, his men below in the great hall drinking themselves insensible. What would happen now? There was no heir, only a daughter who had no power, and her newly arrived mother, a witch who could smite them all with but a wave of her hand, and the soldiers who surrounded her. She had to do something, or she would be sold to Jason of Brennan, a man she'd seen only once, just an hour before, well-made and young, but something deep inside her had recoiled when he'd turned his dark eyes on her. There were black secrets in those eyes of his. Her mother's eyes were the light grey of storm clouds, and she feared her more than the devil. She slipped out of Valcourt's great hall, pulling her cloak about her, for rain-bloated clouds hung low in the sky, obscuring the few stars, and chill night wind howled. It occurred to her only after she'd crept across the inner bailey to the stables that she had no idea where she'd go. It didn't matter. She would think of something. She usually did. When she heard a man's voice, she nearly screamed. It was coming closer. What to do?